welcome back to another video. For this week's Sunday video, I have decided to talk about some of the books that I'm planning to read in 2025. I said like 25 books to read in 2025, but it's more than 25 books technically, because I have a few series that I would like to read, and I kind of counted them as like one book. So there's a lot more than 25, but I just kind of wanted to sit down and show you my plans and show you my reading plans for this year. I made a little cheat sheet for me to follow so that I at least have somewhat of a structure going on. I have a few different categories to go from, and I'm excited to kind of talk about the books that I'm planning to read and just explain why I picked them. I do have a reading goal. My goal is to read 25 books. If I read more, that's perfect. If I don't, it's also okay. I'm trying to slow down my readings a little bit, because when I put my reading goal too high, that affects my reading as well. I just want to enjoy reading, so I have decided to tone down a little bit. It would be amazing if I could actually read all of the books that I'm showing you today, but if I end up not finishing a few, that's completely okay. But these are just books that I would like to read until next year. Okay, so I will move this to the corner and we will start. So the first category that we have is books to reread from my lectures. If you don't know, I have a degree in American literature, and there are some books that I would like to reread that we have studied in the lectures. I have picked 4 books for this, and let's start with the first one. So the first book that I picked to reread is The Yellow Wallpapers. I remember reading this and studying this in one of the lectures, and I remember it being shocking, but I also really enjoyed like learning and analyzing it, and I think I read this in my second year, so it's been a while, and I would like to reread it again. It's a very short book, so it's a very short book, and I remember reading it very fast, so this is not going to take me that long to finish. I don't know if I want to go into the book explanations, because it would take a little while, and I feel like this video is going to be very long, so we're not going to do that. But this is from Penguin Little Black Classics. I saw this at a bookshop, and I thought that I would buy it a while ago, so I have it and I'm so excited to like reread it and annotate it. There are technically 3 short stories. I've only read The Yellow Wallpaper, so I'm not sure about the other 2, but I'm excited to read them as well. So technically The Yellow Wallpaper is like this much, but I will read the entire book. But I will obviously read the other stories as well and let you guys know what I think. I think I'm gonna enjoy them, because The Yellow Wallpaper was like, I don't know how to explain this. I didn't know what I was getting into, but it was just something else. Ever since like reading it, I recommend this to my friends, so if you didn't read it yet, please do. But that's the first book from this category. Okay, the next book I want to talk about is The Sound and the Fury. This book is very chaotic, but I'm here for it. I remember studying this as well, and I really enjoyed studying this, and I remember a lot of like my notes and stuff. I actually have them somewhere, but I want to reread this and kind of annotate it in more of like my style. I'm so excited. I don't know, I am so excited. This is also from, this is Penguin's Vintage Classics. I love the cover, honestly. But like I mentioned, it's a very chaotic book, mainly because the writing is a bit like stream of consciousness, not like it is like that. But I loved, while I was reading it, I loved it, and I would like to revisit it, so we will see. I also read this in my 3rd year, I think, so it's been a while. I'm excited to go back to this book. Next book that I will mention is A Streetcar Named Desire. This is a play. It was so interesting, and I loved like the portrayal of the characters and stuff, so I'm excited to go back to this as well. I love the themes that were going on in this book as well. I thought that they were also very interesting, and I cannot wait to go back to this. And honestly, I can't wait to go back to this and read this again. I'm excited. The last book that I will mention in this category is The Great Gatsby. This is honestly a yearly reread for me. This is one of my favorite books. I just keep coming back to this. It just never gets old. I feel like it's weird to say, but this is kind of like my comfort book. Like if I don't know what I want to read and I'm kind of sick of those romance books that I have been reading, this is kind of what I come back to. I haven't read this copy. I have a few different copies of The Great Gatsby. This is just one of them, and I haven't read this one yet, so I'm excited to go back to the story. I'm so excited. I love this book. I want to reread the book. I'm excited to read all 4 of them, and I think what I want to do with these books is I want to go back to my lecture notes and kind of see like what notes I took and stuff, so that I can kind of dive deeper even though I'm reading this on my own time. That's just something that I want to do. I want to annotate the books as well, so I'm excited to read all 4 of them. And I have a feeling that these will be easy reads for me, especially these 2, The Yellow Wallpaper and A Streetcar Named Desire. They should be pretty easy to read. Okay, so next up we have series to finish. I picked 5 series for this, and I will start with... Let's start with this one. Okay, so the first series that I will mention is this one. I don't have to explain this. These were very popular. I think you all know that if you are in like book talk, booktube, whatever. These were very popular, so I got them, all of them, at once. But I don't know. I have actually read the first book, so you can kind of see this. I didn't DNF it. I read it through. Like, I finished the book, but you can see that I kind of stopped annotating it at some point. But I do want to go back to this because I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember anything about this book. Because I feel like I didn't really care about it back then. I'm kind of slowly trying to get back into fantasy books. I used to read them a lot when I was like in middle school, high school. But then I kind of stopped reading them. But I do want to get back into fantasy, and I think what we will do is I will reread this book and hopefully continue with the rest of the series as well. I'm not gonna lie, they do scare me a little bit. They're very... I don't know, I feel like there's a lot to pack here. So I'm a bit nervous, but people also mention that the first book is kind of boring, especially because there's like a lot of world building and stuff going on. People usually say that it gets better in the second and the third book, so I'm excited to get into them. Technically, I could read the second book since I finished the first one, but like I mentioned, I don't remember a lot of things, and I don't feel like it would be okay for me to jump into the second book before rereading the first one, so that I don't know, I just want to remember like important stuff. So I will reread the first and hopefully finish the rest of the series. I think there's actually another book, but I don't have that. So depending on how fast I read these and depending on if I actually really like them or not, I will maybe get it until the next year, but if not, oh well. I just want to read the ones that I at least have in my shelves, so yeah. But this is the first series that I would like to finish. Okay, so moving on to the next one is Twisted series. I have finished the first one and I actually really liked it. It was a little too chaotic for me, but I did enjoy it. So I'm excited to continue with the series. Looking at the tropes and stuff, I think the second one is going to be my favorite. And honestly, I should have read this a while ago because it's been almost 2 years since I have them. But I just keep pushing this away because I don't know, my expectations are high. And I'm just nervous that I am not going to like the book, so I just keep like pushing it away. But I will read this soon, I think. I'm excited to see where it goes. I like the writing style of the first book, so I think I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm actually thinking maybe getting some of the other books by Anna Huang, but we'll see. Also, apparently this is getting a TV show, which I'm so excited about, I'm not even gonna lie. So I kind of want to finish the entire series before we get the TV show. So I think we need to, I need to like start reading it and hopefully finish it as soon as I can so that I will be ready for the TV show. But I'm excited. I feel like I know most of the things that I need to know about the books, but I obviously didn't read it, so I would like to read and have my own opinion of the books, I guess. But I'm excited for this series. Next up, I will continue with this one. The next series that I would like to finish is The Dreamland Billionaires? Yes. I'm currently reading the second book, literally. I started it a few days ago and I am currently on page 77. So I will hopefully finish the series as well. I actually just got the third book yesterday. I was out, I found a bookstore and I went in, I was just looking through the books and I saw this and I was like, oh well, I will just get this since I'm planning to finish it anyways. I'm excited. I want to just quickly read this and be done with the series as well. I am enjoying the series, I'm not gonna lie. I think the first book will be my favorite, again looking at the tropes and stuff, but overall I think it's like a nice book to read. I do remember the first book being a very easy read, so I hope that the rest will be like that as well. This is also going pretty fast. Like, it's a bit chaotic. It started very chaotic, the second book at least. So I'm excited to see if this will be a faster read for me. A lot of people say that they like the second book a lot more than the first one. I don't know if that's going to be the case for me, but I'm excited to finish the series. I wasn't excited about the last book, this one, but looking at it, I just like, I read the back cover and kind of like looked in and kind of like read the first few pages. I think I will enjoy this actually. I was not sure about the tropes and stuff, but it seems interesting, so we'll see. I'm excited for this to be done as well. I just love finishing a series, so I'm excited. Next up, technically these could be read as standalones, but I thought that I would include them. It's this one. I think it's Maple Hills, if I remember correctly. I might be completely wrong on that, but I think so. I read Icebreaker a while ago and I loved it so much. Wildfire was also really good. You can kind of see that. I really enjoyed the books just by looking at the tabs. Usually if I have a lot of tabs for a book, it means that I really enjoyed it, and you can kind of see that. And that's the case for these. But it was just they were fun to read. So I am excited to read this one. I recently got this book as well. It's been maybe a month or so. I'm excited to read it. I looked for the English version for a while because all I could find was the Turkish version, and I obviously didn't want it because I would like to read the book in English if it was the original language. So I tried my best to find it, and I saw it at a bookstore and I was like, I need to get this. So I have it now. I think I will read this pretty soon. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated, but I'm so excited about this one as well. I've heard some people saying that they had high expectations about this book, and like it was a great book, so I'm excited to read it. I hope that I will think the same. Considering that I loved these two books, I think I will also enjoy this one. I love the writing style of Hannah Grace, so I'm excited to finish this. I also love the characters. Like in both of the books, I loved the characters, and I think this will be the case for the third one as well, and I'm so excited to read this. The last book series that I will finish, hopefully, is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I only have the first two books currently. I've read the first one a while ago, and I really enjoyed it. It was such a good book. So I got the second one a while ago as well. It's been a few months now, but I wasn't able to read it. Hopefully soon I will read it, and I will get the other three books, I think, and finish the series. I'm so excited to get back into this series. It was I just loved it so much. It was very cozy. I did cry a little bit. It was emotional. I love the concept of it. It was magical. I don't know. I was obsessed with this book, and I'm so excited to get back into the series, get back into the universe. I can't wait, honestly. It made my heart so warm as I was reading this. So I'm excited to read it. I just want to finish the rest of the series as well. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on this one as well, as always, as I buy the books and stuff. But I am just so excited to read the book and get back into the series. But if you don't know, I usually like to divide my books into like months or seasons. This one is more like a late fall book for me, so we'll see if that will be the case, or I will read this before that, but I'll keep you updated. I'm so excited for this, honestly. Okay, next up we have series to start. I only have one, technically. I only have one, but I just wanted to show that to you. I actually did not have the book until yesterday, but I bought the book when I was getting the final offer as well. And the book is Flawless by Elsie Silver. I think the series is called Chestnut Springs. I'm excited to read this. Honestly, I don't know much about the book. I just knew that I would like to read the series. So I got the book, and then when I was at home, I read the back cover of the book, and I was like, okay, that was not what I was expecting. But I'm excited. I have a feeling that I will really like this series. Something else that I probably should mention is I was just like going through the pages and just like looking at the writing style and stuff, and I saw the playlist, which is here. I was looking at the playlist and I saw these three songs technically, and then this one, and I was like, oh, okay, because I completely forgot that this was like a cowboy romance kind of thing. I was obsessed with country music when I was in high school, and I listened to these songs, especially like these two, a lot. So when I saw these, I got like really excited and I can't wait to read the book and the rest of the series. I have a playlist where I have a bunch of country songs, country love songs specifically, and I cannot wait to put that on and just read the books. I'm so excited. I finally got the first book, so that means that I'm one step closer to actually starting the series. I don't know if I will finish the series this year, but I at least want to read a few books from it. I think there are currently 5 books, so it would be amazing if I could read 2 or 3 books from the series, but we will see. I'm so excited that I finally have this book. We'll see. We'll see. I obviously don't have the entire series, so I can't really show you the entire series, but this is the first book of the series. Next up, we have books I bought recently. So I picked a few books that I bought recently and I didn't show it to you, like in the last few months. So let's start with, I think I have like 6 books, I think. Yes, so let's start with the oldest one, Powerless. I heard a lot of good things about this book. I got this last summer, I think. I saw the covers and I loved it so much. I was like, oh my god, that looks amazing. And then I kind of like read the blurb of it. I loved it. I was like, oh my god, that seems amazing. And again, I'm trying to get back into fantasy. So after I bought this, I was like, okay, well, it might be a good book to get back into fantasy, because back then I was kind of over A Court of Thorns and Roses. So this just made, I don't know, I like the blurb of this a lot better. And I kind of looked into the reviews and stuff after buying the book. Probably should have done that before. But people seem to actually really enjoy it, and I saw a few people saying like, this was like my first fantasy book, I really enjoyed it, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, cool, then that was the right book choice, but I didn't read it and I'm excited to read it. I didn't put this as a series because honestly this is not my top priority. This year I would like to read the books that I already own rather than buying a bunch of new series. But honestly, if I like it so much and if I want to continue with the series, I will probably buy the rest of the books. But for now, my goal is to finish the other series and finish the books that I have. Basically, but I'm so excited to read this as well. We'll see how this turns out. And also, I probably should have said this in the beginning, but please let me know if you read any of these books and if you have any reviews. I would love to know. But I'm so excited to read this. Next book that I bought recently is this one. I read the first book in November. I loved it. And I'm so excited for this one as well. I don't know. I'm obsessed with this. I think it's such a good concept. Remember when I said I was trying to get into fantasy books? I would love to read more fantasies like this. These are a lot more cozy, and like calming and more like, I don't know how to explain. I hope you get the thing that I'm trying to say if you read the book. If you have more recommendations like this book, like cozy fantasy books, please let me know, because I would love to read more of these books. It just makes my heart so warm. The first book was chaotic, I'm not saying that it was not, but just like following someone who is trying to write something about the fairies was so interesting, and it was so cozy as well. So I'm so excited to read this book. I keep saying that for every book, I know, but I actually am. And I don't know, like this is, I don't know, the first book was like so close to being perfect for me. I loved every single part of it. I loved like the idea of the book. I loved the characters. I love where it was going. It was funny, so I don't know, it just made me feel super good while I was reading the book. So I would like to read more, honestly. So yeah, this is a bigger book. Like usually the book size, let me get Powerless. This is like a regular book size, I guess. This is a little bigger-ish. So I have a feeling that this will be hard to carry around, but I don't care. I am so excited to read the book. The cover also looks amazing. I can't wait, honestly. So excited. I think there's also a third one coming soon. Depending on when I read this book and if my feelings are the same towards the book, I will probably get the third one as well. But we'll see. I'm just excited to finish this. Next up, we have Better Than the Movies. This was also very popular over on Book Talk and BookTube. I didn't read it yet. Obviously, I like bought the book maybe 2 months ago or something. But still, I'm excited to read it. I heard great things about the book as well, so I just kind of want to start reading it. I don't know, like, I honestly do like friends to lovers kind of vibes, and this is technically not that, but like they did know each other when they were like kids, even though they were not, I don't think they were like they didn't like each other that much, but I don't know, I think it's like interesting to see like Grumpy, but I don't know, I'm excited, like Grumpy Sunshine, Boy Next Door, I don't know, I just love it. Also like the couples that we have here, I don't know, I'm excited to see this. I know that people say that it was very sweet and funny, and I saw like a few annotations. I'm excited. I am so excited to read this. It is a bit, the book is shaped a bit weird, like it bended a little here, but I'm trying to fix it by like putting the book in between of the other books so that it will stay straight, but I don't think I was that successful in that, but hopefully this will be back to normal soon. Next up, we have The No-Show. I recently bought this once again. It's been like a month or so, maybe. I am obsessed with the flat share. Honestly, whenever I'm in a book slump or whenever I don't want to read something, I just go back to this book. It is my comfort book, literally. I like reading it over and over again. So I have been getting more books from Beth O'Leary. I actually read The Switch last year. I don't know, something about it felt off, and I didn't really like it. I did finish the book, but I was so close to DNFing it. I don't know why. I also have The Road Trip, but I haven't read that yet, so that's been sitting on my shelves for a long time. But I'm excited about this one because I actually like the idea of this book. So we'll see. We'll see. I love the cover. I think it looks nice. It's just, I don't know, the idea of the book seems interesting to me, so I'm excited. Last book in this category is The Fiancé Dilemma. I'm so excited. I got this like a few weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I love The Spanish Love Deception. It is one of my all-time favorite books. I did not reread it recently, but honestly I remember like reading it, and I remember reading it, and every time that I see the book or I hear about the book, I just get like very, I don't know, I get very like soft, very warm, fuzzy. I love that book so much. I also read The American Roommate Experiment last summer. I also really enjoyed that one. And I'm excited for this one. The tropes on this, they are similar to Spanish Love Deception. I think it's like fake dating. I think it is fake dating. So I'm excited to see what happens. Fake dating might be one of my favorite tropes, so anything that involves fake dating, I will probably read it. But I'm so excited for this one. I love the cover. I'm excited to get to know the characters a little more because I did read the blurb and they do seem interesting to me, honestly. I'm excited for this one. I will probably read this soon as well. Probably. But yeah, we'll see. The next category that we have, books for a challenge. So, in the back of my weeks, I have my reading journal, and I have set 2 challenge pages. We will get to this in a second. But the thing that I want to talk about is here. So I have a bingo challenge here, and I picked 3 books that I would like to talk about when it comes to this challenge. So, I have set in Europe, and for that one, I have chosen Paris for One by Jojo Moyes. I actually read this a while ago. I think I was in high school. No, not in high school. Was I in high school? I don't know. I think it was my last year in high school or something like that. I don't remember much about the book, I'm not gonna lie. So I would like to kind of go back and read this. We will see. I'm excited. I don't remember much about the book, mainly because back then I wasn't into annotating my books, but I do now. Like, I annotate them quite a lot, which makes them easier for me to remember. So I want to read this and annotate the book. It says, like, Paris for One and other stories. I'm not really sure what that means, but we'll see. Like, I think through the half of the book it changes. I have a retelling of a myth, and for that one I chose The Song of Achilles. Everyone has been yelling about this book, and everyone has been yelling to me about this book to read it. I had this for a while in my shelves. It is forcing me to read this for a while now, so I don't know if she is watching this, but I will read this year. It is planned. I'm excited. I heard that a lot of people get emotional over this, which I can see why. I'm interested to read this, actually. Like, I don't know. I do like Greek mythology, so I don't know why I didn't read this one yet. I'm interested, but I think the other books were a little bit more safe for me, because I didn't really read a retelling of a myth at all. So, well, I've read, like, Percy Jackson and stuff, but I don't know if that counts. And I read that, like, a long time ago. I still have the books, but, like, you know what I mean. So the other books kind of felt more, like, safe, because I don't really know what I'm expecting from this book. When I'm reading, I just like to know what is going on and where the book is going, so that I don't like surprises when I'm reading books. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Because I read that for me, and I just want everyone to get a happy ending. I don't want to cry, anything like that. So, I don't know. I'm a bit nervous about this book, but I will read this. I love the cover as well. I think this is so nice. I love it. And then I have a retry of a DNF. Now, I feel like people will yell at me in the comments, but I have DNF'd Conversation with Friends. I started reading it last year, and I think I barely made it to 75. Like, barely. I really struggled when I was reading the book. I don't know why. I know people really like this. Like, I know people really like this. They like Celia Rooney, which I get that. That's completely okay. It's just, I don't know. I don't even know why I DNF'd it. Like, it's just, something about it seemed off. I don't know why, but since everyone seemed to be enjoying the book, I just want to give it another chance. So I want to retry it, and I at least want to finish the book. Once again, I have no idea why I didn't like the book. It's not even like I don't think me not liking the book was the issue, because I did find the main character relatable, so it's not like, oh, I didn't like this about the book. No, something was off. Maybe my timing was wrong, maybe I was not ready to read this book. That could be something, or maybe that was just not like the right time for me to read it. Maybe if I read it like a few months after, I would be really enjoying the book. I don't know, honestly. I don't DNF books that often, unless I really don't want to read it and I can't keep up with it, and this was one of the cases of that. So, but like I said, it might be something to do with the timing. So I do want to give it a second chance, and I picked this one. Like I mentioned, I don't really have a lot of books that I DNF'd. I try to at least finish the book before deciding if I like it or not. But I do have a few DNF'd books on my shelves, but I decided to pick this one for that because I just feel like, since most of the people like the book, I just wanted to give it another try. I just wanted to give it another try and see if the timing was the issue. So we'll see. I will keep you updated on this one. But yeah, we'll see. Next up, we have, this kind of is about the challenge as well, because over here I did say like Turkish authors. I want to read at least 3. I want to read translated to Turkish books as well. I have one here that says set in Istanbul, so those kind of things. So I did pick a few Turkish books for that, translated, and 2 translations and 2 Turkish books. Let's start with the translated ones. The first book is this one. I think you are familiar with this one. Unfortunately, I don't remember the English name of the book, but I will put the cover on the screen if I can manage to do that. But this is basically about a bookstore in Korea, and I'm so excited to read this. And something that I've decided to do is I have decided to read Korean and Japanese books mainly in Turkish, because I obviously can't read them in their original language. Unfortunately, I would love to do that, but that's not the case. And since Turkish is similar to Korean and Japanese, I guess, a little bit, I thought that rather than reading them in English, I could read them in Turkish, since I'm reading this translation anyways. So that's something that I've wanted to do. But I'm excited about this book. I love the cover of this book. I love the vibe of the book. It's just so nice. I don't know. I am so excited to read it. I don't know when I will read it, but it's just so nice. I think I will really enjoy the book, because the vibes are just like me. So I'm excited. I love the cover. I think it's so cute, but we'll see. This is the first translated book that I want to read. Next up is a similar book. Once again, I will put the English cover here, English title here. I have no idea, honestly, about the English version. Once again, I am obsessed with the cover. Everything about this, I love. There's a little cat. There's a little saying on the sign here. The name, I don't know. This is like the author's name, but it looks like another sign. This is the translator's name, but it also looks like a sign. I don't know. I just love everything about it. There's like a bicycle here. I feel like this one has a similar vibe to the one that I already showed you, but obviously it's not a bookshop. I don't know. I'm excited. I really like it. Something that I noticed is I have read a few Japanese books, so Japanese literature, I guess, and I really like them. And I'm kind of excited this year I'm taking that step to read more Japanese literature with this one and the Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I'm just so excited. Next two books are by Turkish authors. They are in Turkish, and I will now show them to you. The first book is this one. I think I mentioned this in one of my Cozy Chronicles videos, a very old one. But this is, I'm excited about this because I like read the blurb of it and I just thought it was so interesting. It's basically about a neighborhood, or people in the neighborhood, I guess, and their choices. Like, I don't know, I'm excited to see what this is all about, but all I get from the blurb, it's actually about people in the neighborhood and someone who loves people watching in general. I know that sounds creepy, but like if I'm sitting at like a coffee shop or like at a park, I do like to people watch. I like to, like, I don't know, I just think it's fun to imagine other people's lives when you just like look at them. I think it's fun, and I think this is the vibe of the book. I love the chapter names as well. They are really, like, I don't know, I like it. I don't even know if they're chapters. I think these are parts, and these are the actual chapters. These one. Okay, so the next one in this category is this book. This is a fantasy series, I guess, as well. I have been wanting to read this actually, but I wasn't really sure if I would like it or not. Last summer I saw one of my friends reading this, not this book specifically, I think it was like the third or fourth book, and I asked if she liked it and she said yes, and she said that I should read the book. So I got this. We'll see. It is a bit, it's a big one. So we'll see how long it takes me to read this. I think I will enjoy it, but honestly I'm not sure. I don't know if this will help me to get back into fantasy, considering that it's like a Turkish book. I don't know if this will be easier for me to read or harder for me to read. I have no idea, but I'm excited. I do like the concept of it, so we'll see. They're like different kingdoms. Actually, they're like, yeah, so 4 elements, I guess. They all have like their kingdoms, and yeah, I'm just kind of like reading things through, but I don't think I can translate that right now. But I'm excited to read about that. Like, I don't know. People seem to be enjoying this one, so I'm excited to see what happens. We'll see. I don't know when I'm gonna read this. It's a big book, and considering that this is a hardcover, this will be like a hard one to carry around and stuff as well, but I don't think I care that much, because I think it looks really nice, and if I like it and if I want to continue with the series, I think I will get the other ones in hardcover as well, even though that's not something that I usually do. The last category that I have is books that have been sitting on my shelves for a while. I picked 3, and I will show them to you now. I'm getting really tired. I haven't talked for a while now. I think it's been over an hour. We'll see what will happen when I edit this video. Okay, like I mentioned, I chose 3 different books for this one. The first book that I want to mention is this one. So, Daisy Jones and the Six. I got this a while ago. I think it has been 2 years or so. Didn't read this. I read the Evelyn Hugo one, and I really enjoyed that one actually. I got these at the same time. I don't know. I think I will enjoy this, but I just never really... I need to start the book basically, because I keep seeing this on my shelf, but the other books seem a little more interesting, so I just keep reading those. But this year I do want to read this book and finish it. The next book is this one. I love the texture of this book. It's so nice. So I got this once again years ago, but I actually never sat down to read it. I don't know why, because once again, I think this will be a book that I really enjoy. I don't know, I heard some mixed reviews about this book. Some people really liked it, some people did not. But I don't know. I will probably annotate this book a lot more than I think I will. It's just like a thought. So I think I will enjoy this, but I actually just like need to sit down and read. I'm not a huge fan of retellings, which is why it's not that I'm not a huge fan, it's just it's out of my comfort zone, and I feel a little anxious when I'm reading those, because obviously like more fluffy books, like romance books and stuff, I read books to comfort myself basically, so I like to be able to foreshadow what's gonna happen, if that makes any sense. And I would prefer it to be something cute and fluffy and a happy ending. And the retellings kind of mess with my brain a little bit, because it's just, I don't know. So that's why I have been like pushing them away, even though I bought them, because I'm actually interested in them and I would like to read them at some point. But they're not like the safe zone for me, so I just get a bit anxious. But I do want to read this book, so it's on my list as well. Last book in this category and overall is Beach Read. I don't know why I haven't read this book yet, because I just feel like this will be a comfort book for me as well. I actually have read Emily Henry's books. I read Book Lovers, and I have read People We Meet on Vacation, I think, or You and Me on Vacation. Not sure, something like that. I like them. They were nice. They were cute reads. I personally like Book Lovers a lot more. I think it was a bit more interesting. And I think this will also be a fun one to read, considering that it's about books and two writers and stuff. I'm excited to see. It seems like a summer book to me, but we'll see. We'll see. I might read it a little early if I feel like it. I have a feeling that I will enjoy this book if the writing is good, because I actually do like the idea and the tropes and stuff of the book, so we'll see. We'll see. I think it's like an interesting thing to write about. Okay, with that being said, that was 25 books I want to read in 2025. It was more than 25, like I mentioned, considering that most of them were series, but I just thought that I would show them to you as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like I mentioned, I'm not planning to read every single one of the book. Like, if I end up not reading a few, that's completely fine. But if I read all of them, that's also amazing. The idea of this video is to remind myself that these books are on the priority list, because either they have been sitting on my shelf for way too long, or they're part of series that I want to finish, or they're the books that I recently bought and I really want to read. So yeah, the main idea of this video is to remind myself that these books are on the priority list. I should read them before I decide to go ahead and buy other books. I will probably go ahead and buy a few more books, but it's just for me to remind myself that I have enough books and I don't need to rush to buy new books. If it's part of a series, or if it's a book that I am really interested in reading, yes, please do that. But if not, just calm down, put it back, and get it later when you're done, because this is not even half of my bookshelves. Like, I have a lot of books that I could reread, and a lot of books that I don't remember. So it's just like a little reminder for myself to not buy like 10 books at once. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for listening to me rambling about the books that I want to read. I appreciate it. At the end of the year, I would love to make another video where I sit down and talk to you guys about the books that I actually read. I think it would be amazing. And I would love to look back at this video and kind of compare which ones I actually did read and stuff. I think it might be a cute little video, but we'll see. Thank you so much for being here. I know that this was a long video, but I hope you enjoyed. One thing that I should mention, I will talk about these books on here, but I won't be filming a separate video for each book because that just means the journaling videos and stuff will not be as much, and I don't think that's what I want to do right now. But I will obviously mention that when I'm doing the reading journals and all of that stuff. But if you want a more in-depth video about books, or if you want to follow my reading journey, I recently launched a Patreon, and I'm planning to have book videos over there. So when I finish a book, I'm planning to sit down and make a video about that book and put it there. So if you're interested in those kind of things, please feel free to come over and check them out. I also have some other perks that you can choose from, tiers that you can choose from, but please don't feel like you need to. I will still talk about the books here as well. It's just not going to be as in-depth. But if you still would like to see what I'm reading and what I'm doing and my ratings of the books and stuff a little bit early, I do use Literal Club to track my readings. So if you don't want to pay for a Patreon, which is completely understandable, I get that, maybe consider following me on Literal Club if you're interested in the books that I'm reading or my ratings of the books. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody.